Hi FlossTube, my name is Haley, otherwise known as Peregrine Stitcher here on FlossTube and over on Instagram. It's great to be back. I want to apologize for the light. The sun is about to go down and this is my only chance to do a FlossTube for the next few weeks. So it's a little bit strange and glowy, but if I wait too much longer it will be too dark. So hopefully you'll still be able to see the stitching. So this is FlossTube number 21 and today is November 11th, 2023. It's been a while since my last FlossTube. The last one was on September 4th and I had intended to do one in early October, which is my typical schedule, but a little bit of a life update before we get to the stitching. So on September 30th, when I was coming back to Chicago from New York and coming through the O'Hare airport, the wheel on my roller bag got caught on an escalator as I was getting on it, and I fell. I had a pretty serious fall. It was kind of scary actually. There's no one in front of me, and so I ended up in the ER. I had a concussion, pretty bad head injury with like lacerations to my head and my face and escalator marks. And thankfully no more serious injuries like bleeding in the brain or anything like that. But I was out of commission for a few weeks anyway. I just had black eyes and it looked like somebody hit me across the face with a baseball bat. So I was in no shape to be doing a FlossTube. But I am better now. I'm feeling much better. So I'm glad to be back and to share with you what I have done over the last couple of months. So I've had a few little finishes, nothing too big, but the first one, and I don't think I've shown this before, but forgive me if I have. I finished it a while ago. This is Mary E. Hill. And this was a chart that was sent out by Nicola Parkman. So I signed up for the Great British Sampler Weekend for 2024. And she sent this out as sort of an exclusive chart that we all could work on, and she sent it out with no colors, no floss colors assigned. You could do whatever you wanted. So I chose a really cool variegated floss for the border that has like pink and green and burgundy, and then I chose some coordinating flosses for the letters and numbers and motifs. I think it's really cute. It didn't take too long to do, but I like how it came out. So that's Mary Hill. And then my second finish was this one, Bloom Wildly. This is the second in a 5-part series. It's by 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. And so I had done the first part, and this is the second part. So I'll show you. Here it is. It's so pretty, just beautiful colors. And this is actually the first part, which I still have on the same piece of fabric. This is on, it's a 40 count, I can't even remember, 40 count Hemingway. I had a scrap left over from another project, and so I was able to put these two on there. The third part is out now. I've ordered it, but I didn't get it yet. And I mistakenly started these two on this piece of fabric thinking that I had another piece of Hemingway, but I did not, unfortunately. So thankfully, Rachel and Needle and Flax hooked me up, so thank you so much, Rachel she sent me enough to do the other little pieces, and I'm just so grateful for that. The stitching community is so amazing. Okay, so I'll look forward to showing you the third part. Hopefully I'll have that done by the next time. I did have another finish, but I don't have it here. It's in New York, so I'll show that one to you also. But it's on my Instagram. It's called Woolly Warmth, and it's just adorable. It's two sheep wearing sweaters and scarves, and there's like a basket of wool in between them. It's so cute. But I don't have it here right now. Okay, so moving on to new starts. I have one new start that I have been working on significantly, and that is every opening flower. This is by Brenda Gervais. I absolutely love this. I cannot stop working on it. So I've made quite a bit of progress. It's so pretty. I just love all the colors. So this is done on a 40 count fiber on a whim cappuccino, 1/2 with the called for floss. And I'm just loving this. In fact, I'm gonna go back to working on this probably right away. So that one is fun. I did have one other new start, but I'm not gonna keep going with it the way it is. I don't know what I was thinking. So I decided to start Modern Folk Embroidery's Fearlanda sampler. And I'll tell you more about this in a little bit, but I went to Jacobapaloa last month, and it was amazing in every possible way. And there were several stitchers there who were doing like teeny tiny stitching, like 1/1 on very small counts, and it was just incredible. And I thought, oh, this would be, I mean, the Fearlanda sampler would be so cool if it was teeny tiny, because it's so intricate already. So I started it. This is how much I did. Yeah. And then I said to myself, Haley, cross stitch is supposed to be fun, and this is not fun. And it also doesn't really look that great. So I am not going to do 1/1 on a 32 count. I probably will find a 40 count fabric and do 1/2, and then I will restart this. It is gorgeous though. Okay, moving on to my whips. Actually, just this past week, I've been working on the MFE 2023 SAL, which is this one. And most specifically, I've been working on the center medallion, and I chose to do this one right here. It was really hard to pick, but I decided I really didn't want the hearts, and this one didn't have enough green in it for me, so I thought this was a really nice compromise. So I still have it on the Q-snap. I was really trying to finish the center medallion before this, but I just couldn't do it. So I'm almost done, and I'll finish it right after this. But it was either finish this or do the FlossTube. So I think it's turning out great. I still love the colors. The dark blue is called Uncle Fester, and the green is called a sage-ish green. They're both Roxy Flossco. Let me put something behind that so you can see it. There it is in the sun. I decided to go ahead and put 2023. I don't think I'll entirely finish it, but it will be mostly finished in 2023, so I'm okay with it if it goes a little bit into 2024. I did see that the 2024 stitch along came out. I think it's really cool, but I don't think I'm actually gonna do that one this year. I have some other big projects that I want to work on instead. So, the next one I worked on was also a Sal, and so this is the summer salt boxes. And I had to just take a break from this one because I made a mistake. So I had already finished this spring salt box. Sorry for the hanging thread. The spring salt boxes there. And I had done this one, the first one for the summer. But then I'm sure you can see what the problem is. I had gotten so used to stitching 1/2 that when I picked this up to start on this, I started doing this whole roof 1/2, and it should be 2/2 because this is 32 count and everything else is 2/2. So that means I have to frog that entire roof, which is just annoying, and I will do it, but I didn't feel like doing it quite yet. So hopefully for next time, because I do want to get to the autumn salt boxes before too long as well. Okay. So the next WIP I have is September's Revenge by Maximum Cross Stitch. And this was my sampler for Sampler September. I got quite a bit done. I think I showed this to you September 4th, but I've done a bit more. I finished the house and a little bit more on the vines. And so this is done on hog bristle with the called for Roxy floss. Really love that one too. Okay. This next one I also put quite a bit of time in. This is Mary 395. And I had not worked on this for a couple of months. So I spent quite a bit of time on it this past several weeks. It's a big piece of fabric. Okay. So this is what I have done so far. So I think last time I had done up through like the middle of this alphabet here. So I did quite a few other alphabets, and the good thing about this one is that they get smaller and smaller as you go along, so they start going a bit faster. So this is done on 40 count Albarium from Cedar River Linens with Belsois Cranberry silk floss. I just love working on this, but I am anxious to finish the alphabets and get on to some of the other stuff. Okay, these last two, I actually really didn't do too much with these, but I did a little, so I'll show them to you anyway. So this is Live on Little by Plum Street Samplers. So this is also on hog bristle. Oops, dropped one. And I'm using the called for floss, again on 40 count hog bristle. So again, I didn't do too much. I think I just started filling in the blue in the ocean. And I put that away, but I want to get back to this one. Sorry again for the shadows, it is what it is. And then the last one I worked on, I don't know, I'm having such a hard time with this one. I have started it, well, not started it, but I've tried to work on it several times and I just cannot get into it. I don't know why. So it's Halloween Quaker, and it's a beautiful pattern. And so I'm doing it on 40 count murky, and it's just not, I'm just not enjoying it. I mean, this is how far I got. And honestly, I had only done maybe like this much before. I did a little bit more of this Quaker. And then I thought maybe I need to do something that's not black. And so I stitched this whole hat, part of it, and realized it was in the wrong place. So I have to frog all of that out. And so I was like, oh, this is just not meant to be this year. Can't do it. So I don't know what the deal is with this one and why I'm not enjoying it. I've seen other people work on it and I really like the finish, but I can't, I don't know. I'm gonna give it one more try and see how it goes. And then I might just, you know, send it along to someone else or something like that. Okay, so let's see. Is that all I have? Yes, that is all I have for whips and starts. Couple of things. So I did go to Jacobapaloa. It was amazing. I had a really good time. Unfortunately, so that was about maybe 2 weeks after my accident, so I was still looking pretty bad. And in retrospect, I probably should not have driven 6 hours from Chicago to London, Ontario with a concussion, but it was okay. I made it, obviously. But I looked really bad. I still had black eyes and bandages and things like that, so I was very self-conscious the whole time, even though everybody was super nice and kind and friendly about it. But I just felt a little uncomfortable, and also the fluorescent lights did start to bother me after a little bit, just because of the concussion. So, you know, I wasn't at my best, but I did really enjoy it. I wanted to show you the beautiful small that I got in a small exchange made by Iris, in this beautiful bag. Just gorgeous. I love the colors. And there's a little zipper pocket on the back and a striped lining. And then she also included this little orc catcher, matching orc catcher, and a little sachet with lavender in it. And I thought it was just so delightful. Thank you so much, Iris, and it was a pleasure meeting her as well. She has beautiful, beautiful stitching and other crafts as well. I also got quite a lot of, you know, lots of little things. People always bring floss drops and needle minders and things like that. So thank you, everyone. And I thank you especially to Suzanne, who was at my table, who made this very cute little basket or catcher. It's a very nice size. I'm not sure what I'll use it for yet, but I know I'll use it for something. And it goes really nicely with the little bag from Iris too. So it was, yeah, I'm so glad I went. It would have been so devastating not to go, you know, because who knows when I'd have the opportunity to meet Jacob again. And he had brought all of his historic samplers, and it was just amazing to see them and hear him talk about them. I just learned so much. And there were 2 like classes. So I'll show you what we did. Let's see if I can find them here. So one was how to stitch an open hem. And that was really helpful. I had never done that before. So it came with like this really nice sort of needle minder thing. Not needle minder, what do you call that? Needle bed. And then he showed us how to do it. And so here's my start. I don't know which side is up. Probably this side. And so, yeah. I got through this side, like doing the hem on this side. I have to do the hems on the other 3 sides. And it's purposely done with the dark blue so you can kind of see what you're doing, but typically you would use a thread that blended in. But I'm really glad to know how to do this, and I need to practice a little bit more, but I could definitely see doing that in the future. And then there was another class on how to stitch Frisian letters. And so he showed a bunch of examples on a slideshow, and this booklet just kind of shows you how to build your own, like what elements to use to build your own style of letters. And so that was really cool too. And then the project, there were 2 projects you could pick from. I selected the big one, Jirte and Jirte. And he had the original there. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. And so this came with the chart and this beautiful fabric from Roxy Floss Co. and all the flosses. Lovely colors. So looking forward to working on that. That's one of the big ones I would like to start next year. And then I had a little bit of haul. Let's see here. So I had some haul from Jacobapaloa because of course they had all kinds of lovely things there that you could buy. So I did get this kit from Maximum Cross Stitch, Eddie and Patsy. And I got a 32 count catnap to put that on, and I got the floss pack. I have so much floss at this point, but I can't resist it. I can't resist the floss packs. They're so beautiful. And then because I'm not in the floss club anymore, I think they had some extra leftover ones, so I picked these up. Hello Autumn and Goodbye Summer. Oh, I couldn't resist. Look at them. They're so beautiful. So that's that. I got another piece of fabric. This is a 46 count, which I've never used before, but it was so beautiful. It's a light sage, and I do want to try 46 count. A step up from 40. And then I got, you know, because they were there and I love modern folk embroidery, I got several charts. I got Red Stag Among Roses. This one I definitely have always wanted to do, AIO 1844. The Biscuit Mill reminds me of my trip to Amsterdam. And In the Garden of Holland, a Dutch sampler. So, so many good things. Can't wait to start all the things. And then I had one kit that I had ordered. This is the exclusive from Hobby House for this year. So this is Martha Walmsley. Just spectacular. And I got the fabric, which is a 40 count Lollybrock from Tabby Cat Linen. And I got, what did I get this time? I got the Soie d'Alger floss. Oh, can't wait to start this. So good, so good. I also did get, I don't have it here, but I did get the Words of Wisdom red box from Hands Across the Sea. It's at my house in New York. It's amazing. Nicola has a FlossTube where she goes through everything that's in it. So if you want to see what's in it, you can go check that out. But lots of very cool stuff, and I need to stop buying cross stitch stuff. I have plenty, so I need to stop. Anyhow, So that's what I've been doing cross-stitch wise. In terms of personal updates, life updates, told you about the escalator fall. That put a wrench in things. Work has just been really, really crazy in lots of different ways, all the more so because of having a concussion, but it's been pretty stressful. So, thank goodness for cross stitch, right? I don't know how I'd be keeping my sanity without it. I'm heading tomorrow to New York City for a conference there, beginning of the week, which I'm excited about. I haven't been to New York City for a while. So that'll be fun. And then on Friday, well, I'm coming back to Chicago for a day or so, and then on Friday I'm going to London to visit my friend Emily. She's my college roommate. She lives in London now. I haven't been to see her for a few years anyway, since before the pandemic, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I'll come back Thanksgiving Day and be in New York that whole week. So lots of travel, lots going on. I got to go to a really cool performance by the Joffrey Ballet in Chicago a few weeks ago. It was it was a new ballet called Frankenstein, and it was absolutely incredible. Very, very different than your typical ballet, but it was very thought-provoking. The music was incredible, the set design, the lighting, and it was just quite the experience. So I really enjoy being in Chicago for that reason, so that I can have access to those kinds of cultural opportunities. So that's what's going on with me. I'll probably do one more FlossTube this year, sometime in December. We'll see where I am and how things go. But thank you to those of you who are returning subscribers, and if there's anyone who's new, at this point I'm not getting any new viewers, so I don't know why. It's the algorithm, I guess, but that's okay. I do this because I have fun and I enjoy having the record, and I really do enjoy hearing all of your comments. So thank you for those of you that do leave a comment. So hope you're all doing well. Be super careful when you get on an escalator going forward, and I hope to see you all again soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.